Okay, guys. Without further ado, let's go and do the tier list, the Call of Duty tier list. So where is it? The OG. Guess what? I never played. 2, I never played, except I played like the PSP version of it. I think, or some alternative version of it on the PSP. I remember playing it though, like vaguely. It could be a completely different Call of Duty. I'm not sure. So Call of Duty 3 was the first Call of Duty I ever played. I played the campaign because like it was on Xbox 360. I didn't play like it on Xbox Live or anything like that. Like I played with like my friends when they would come over. We would play it. So I have good memories of it. The story was pretty good. So I'm gonna go and put it in a C tier. Yeah, there you go. So I'm doing Call of Duty 3 as the C tier. Decent story. I'm also thinking about these games in their whole like campaign, multiplayer, zombies if they have them, and then that means like Warzone, and then also like my experience with it. Did I play it a lot? Did I not play it a lot? Which gets really interesting later down the road. Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. Oh, it's A tier. It's as simple as that. It's A tier. I played this so much in like when it first came out with the boys in middle school. We would grind this thing on multiplayer. That in like, dude, it's simply A tier. The campaign's awesome. Changed multiplayer for forever. So it's as simple as that. It's A tier. This is one that I may get some flack for. World at War. This is so. I may change this around. The campaign was great. I actually really like the multiplayer for World at War, and it did have zombies. I had a lot of good experiences on it. I don't know if it's like A tier though. So I'm gonna put it in for B tier right now and just. I think I put it into A tier in my last one, but that I sent to my friends, but I'm not sure. So there we go, World at War. This next one, it's an easy one. I don't even think we really need to talk about it. Modern Warfare 2 is S tier. It's the single best Call of Duty multiplayer that's out there. That was ever out there. Multiplayer was just amazing. The campaign's super good. Top 10 anime betrayals of all time. I don't even think it really needs like a discussion why it's S tier. It just is. I don't even think like they're never played. You never played. Damn, dude. I was hoping that they were gonna re-release multiplayer when they re-released the campaign. If they would have, it would have been a game changer. Next one is gonna be Black Ops. Black Ops for me is also S tier. And yeah, I know. Black Ops 1 is S tier for a couple reasons. The campaign was great. You had, the cross between it went to World at War, but it was like a really unique setting, being in the Cold War, being Vietnam, and like all that stuff. Multiplayer was actually really, really good. And then zombies was like top-notch zombies. So like I have to give it S tier because it was so well-rounded. And that's a point of contention that comes up later, because some of the games are not nearly as well-rounded. And that's why I dock them some spots. But I think BO1 was the best, is like the most well-rounded. Like when it comes to all the games on this list, it's the most well-rounded. Every single aspect of it is fantastic. So that's what I liked about it. MW3, half decent campaign. Not as good. Multiplayer was not as good as Modern Warfare 2, but I really like the. There's something about, like, I was playing the campaign like a couple months ago, and like the guns, especially like the M4, the M4A1, feels just absolutely fantastic. So we got the hashtag ads up there. So that's kind of why I'm feeling B, because I did enjoy the multiplayer. It wasn't nearly as good as Modern Warfare 2. Wasn't as groundbreaking as Call of Duty Modern Warfare. This is kind of like my meh category. Okay. You never play it. You think you play it, but you do. BO1 is not double S tier. It is not. It is not. Because that means it'd have to be higher than Modern Warfare 2, and I don't think that's true. BO2. This will piss people off. And let me go and say this. I started playing this like a year and a half ago, like last August. I played the campaign. Campaign was fine. I know back in the day, a lot of people really thought the multiplayer was like fantastic. I never played the multiplayer when it was in its prime, so I can't base it off of that. What I'm mainly basing it off of is zombies. And my thing with BO2 when it comes to zombies is it has some of the best maps ever, but there's also some of the worst maps ever. It's so inconsistent. So I gotta put it, like, I can't just go and say, okay, it's Origins, it's Buried, and it's Mob of the Dead, without taking into consideration the piles of shit that were Transit and Die Rise. So that's why for me, Black Ops 2 is so mixed. Like, I can objectively say Origins and Mob are like amazing maps, and I really love Buried, but the other two take it away from me. Ghost, we all know it's D tier. There's no explanation there. Infinite Warfare. Never played any of the zombies. Played a little bit of multiplayer. What I like about Infinite Warfare is they at least took a risk. That's what I appreciate about it. That's why it's not D tier. They took a risk. And I thought it was an interesting risk. I thought the campaign was half decent. And the multiplayer was alright. Wasn't nearly as good as any of the ones on B tier. Ghost is just atrocious. Oh, I forgot Advanced. No, I haven't gotten to it. No. Oh, fuck. Yo. Wait. No, it goes. Doesn't it go? Yeah, sorry. That's my bad. Advanced Warfare. It's the same as I'll just put Infinite Warfare both there, because they both of these like were the same thing for me. I actually like the multiplayer on Infinite Warfare better than Advanced Warfare. I hate the 3D movement system of Advanced Warfare. I'm also going to do this. I never played BO4, so I can't. I can't judge BO4. BO3. I never played multiplayer, haven't even touched the campaign. It's A tier just alone for the zombies, because it's the single best zombies experience that's out there. Especially if you include all of Chronicles editions. And I really like the Chronicles editions even better than the BO1 versions. They have their pluses and minuses for both of them, but like BO3 is just like I think it shows like how great Zombies was, that it can be on par with Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the original. It's just the Zombies is just like that good. It's not like I said, I didn't play multiplayer, didn't even touch the campaign, so I would say like I'm basing it. That's like the waiting is all Zombies. World War II. I'm gonna piss some people off with this. I thought the campaign was great. I really enjoyed the campaign. And additionally, I actually enjoyed the multiplayer. I remember playing the one mode where like you have different phase line objectives to complete, like with your team. Like one team was landing on the beach and the other team was defending the beach. I really enjoyed that. I like World War II style multiplayer. It can be a lot of fun. I think the kill streaks are always like interesting. I think like a lot of times the World War II maps have. Yeah, I did too. I think a lot of the World War II maps have the best maps. Just because they don't have to think about creating some fucking wild thing. Campaign wasn't as good as like Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2. But like I think overall it gets a lot of hate for just because probably people just don't like World War II, which is why people are starting to hate on Vanguard already. Modern Warfare, the new Modern Warfare. Now here's the thing with this one. I have to include Warzone with it. And for that reason, I think it's A tier. Not only because of that reason, but I also really like the fact that I thought the campaign was actually really enjoyable. There are missions on that I still love going back to. Like when you're clearing the houses, like with the night vision goggles is fantastic. A lot of really nice, solid, the embassy defense mission was awesome. Multiplayer I thought was very nice. Very nice. It was almost MW2 levels, almost. And then you have Warzone on top of that, which we're playing tonight. So, MW was kind of high C to B tier, but you got to include Warzone with it because Warzone's not its own. Warzone is its own thing, but like it was created from Modern Warfare, so that's why I got to put it up there. It's just like Zombies is its own game mode, and it spans across different games, but you can rate each version of Warzone too, because, well, like, it's also the Modern Warfare version of Warzone. Before you had the Cold War guns and all that stuff in there. It's just like comparing the zombies of World at War compared to the zombies of Black Ops 1. Yes, it's still the same game mode, but they're different interpretations of it. So that just leads us with Black Ops Cold War. There are things I really liked about Cold War. I actually thought the campaign was terrible. It was kind of cool that you could do some things, but like overall, I thought the story was trash. And to be honest, you're correct there, Lavish. If it was just Modern Warfare, it'd probably be B tier because I think the multiplayer is that good. But here's the other thing too. Like with Cold War, I actually don't like the engine that much. It's got that weird BO3-ish feel, but like a lot more colorful. It feels cartoony to me. The engine feels really cartoony. campaign really was terrible, which they could have done so much cool stuff with it. And I just don't like the path that they took. I think that's what I'll go and say about it, in all honesty. Sorry, I'm also just finding the playlist for when we're doing for when we're going and doing Warzone here in a bit. So that's why, like, I thought the multiplayer, played the multiplayer a decent amount. And then obviously the zombies. Multiplayer was meh. I didn't really like most of the maps. I didn't. Some interesting, kind of cool, fun things with game modes, but like I feel like it didn't nearly innovate as much. I mean, Modern Warfare 3. One thing that you can say that you really like the multiplayer. It felt like a watered down BO1 to me, and I think that's just maybe because of the games we've played and our experiences on them. It just felt like a watered down BO2. Okay. So I think my final rating, and this is including zombies, right? This is also me including zombies. And I really liked the zombies from this game. I thought the zombies were pretty good. Overall, I think Cold War Zombies gets a bad rap, but when you think about it, even with just 4 maps, it was pretty consistent, right? It wasn't Black Ops 2 with the extreme highs and the extreme lows. It was consistent, is what I kind of liked about that. Like, the only kind of, like, they took some risk with Firebase and all that stuff like that. Like, I don't mind playing Firebase. I don't mind Mauer. Forsaken's pretty good, and D Machine's a really good map. So I'm putting Cold War B though. I think a lot of potential was lost on zombies and on the multiplayer. I mean, it was good, yeah, and that's what you expect. You expect, like, here's kind of how it is, right? You have B is like it's like it's solid, right? And you expect all the multiplayers to be solid. Well, yeah, with Cold War, like I could think of even on BO1. You had Shang, which is good, but it was just too tough, which like caused a lot of hate. I like Ascension. Like BO1 Zombies was a lot better. It was probably the most consistent zombies. Black Ops 3, I have some maps I don't like. I don't like Zet. I don't like Zetsubo. I don't really like Revelations. I like the concept of Revelations, but like. It was still the lows aren't that low on BO3, and like the lows I think on Black Ops are a lot lower than Cold War. I think Cold War Zombies is a lot more consistent, but like I just think from the multiplayer, but like I have a more holistic view of Cold War than I do with BO2. Like if we think about like multiplayer though, B should be like your basis, right? Like, I can sit here and go, okay, I knew this multiplayer was solid. This multiplayer was solid. This multiplayer was solid. And, but these multiplayers, not so much. Especially not here. These multiplayers, this zombies, were above average. Way above average. And these are like, you're not going to get there like almost ever. So, well, that's my tier list. I think there's some, I mean, it's all tailorized to me. Like I said, I'm a zombies player too. So like, I add that in. Because I know like a lot of people would just play like multiplayer. Wouldn't put BO3 way up here. Probably be more here. But I play zombies. And like I said, like for like BO2, for all the zombies players out there, I think holistically, it's not nearly as good as BO3, and like there were so many ups and downs.